we need to talk about something. Something that might potentially change the way we dive and communicate underwater. And it's all got to do with this thing here, the GARMIN Descent S1 Buoy. Hey there, you underwater image makers, and welcome to the channel. Great to have you here for today's video. If you're new here, my name is Matthias. I'm an underwater cinematographer and content creator for the scuba diving and water sports industries. Besides capturing content for various water sports related brands, I also teach fellow divers how to best capture their underwater adventures through my online courses and tips and tricks videos you can find here on the channel. In addition to reviewing standard underwater imaging gear, we also talk about new and interesting equipment ideas that might be beneficial to us underwater image makers in one way or another. And that's the category today's protagonist, the GARMIN Descent S1 Buoy, falls into. I want to be clear, this is not a review of the S1 Buoy by any means. I simply wanted to share my first impressions and thoughts, which are based on the publicly available information about the device with you guys. We'll cover what the device is and what it does, talk about the features and possible use cases. And I'll share with you my personal opinion on whether or not you should get one. If you want to watch a hands-on review about it, I recommend Circle H Scuba's recent video, which I will link in the video description below. Thomas had early access to the device and made a really insightful review. Go watch it after you finished watching this video. During a recent dive show I was representing UVACAM at, GARMIN had the S1 Buoy on display, and I actually managed to get a very quick interview with Fuad from GARMIN, who explains the device like this.
In July we launched the GARMIN Descent S1 Buoy, which is it's a fulfillment of our GARMIN dive ecosystem. So connected products for connected divers, which means that the buoy allows you as a user above on the surface, on the boat for example, throughout the GARMIN dive app to track the diver's location and also to track the diver's tank plot. But, which is much more important then, what will you do with this information? You have the opportunity to communicate with the divers. You can connect up to 8 Descent dive computers and Descent T2 transceivers. So this is the connection, the ecosystem. And from that point on, you can see, for example, we have the radar over there. Where is the exact location and what is the exact depth of the divers? And from that point, you can send messages to the group. You can address single divers as well. And on the other hand, you get to respond from the divers. So it's an incredible piece of product for tracking and also for security.
So the S1 Buoy is a sonar communication system that works with the existing GARMIN dive ecosystem, namely their Descent dive computers and transceivers. Underwater communication between divers using preset messages has already been possible with compatible GARMIN Descent dive computers. The big evolution the S1 Buoy brings to the table is to enable topside crew members to monitor and track dive groups of up to 8 divers per buoy. Using the same preset messages within the GARMIN dive app, the topside crew can now communicate with each connected diver and vice versa. That is pretty special. Other features include monitoring from out of the water of tank pressures, depth and diver distance of connected divers. As a connected diver, you can view your distance and direction to the buoy on your Descent dive computer, which should be a big help when trying to find it again towards the end of your dive or in an emergency. Once back on the surface, divers can review heat maps of the areas they explored during the dive. So far, so good. But what are the actual real-life use cases for this device? What do you think? What situations can you think of that would benefit from the features the Descent S1 Buoy offers? Well, I see a few. For starters, you can attach the S1 to your entry and exit point, whether you're diving from the shore or a dive boat, and as long as your dive site is not huge, the maximum range of 100 meters should be enough for the divers to stay connected to the buoy. Divers can then use the function on their dive computers to locate the buoy at any point during their dive and comfortably find their way back to the entry and exit point at the end of their dive. That 100-meter distance is line of sight, by the way, with no or only minimal obstacles in the way. If a diver disappears behind a coral formation, a wreck or similar, it's likely the connection gets lost. Now, how about tying the S1 to a regular surface buoy that the dive guide or any other diver from the group is pulling along with him or her during the dive? Any dive, not just a drift dive. That way, all of the other divers from that group know at any time where that specific diver is located in relation to their own position. I can see this being beneficial in various scenarios for the in-water work we do during our underwater video workshops. And of course, the ability to communicate as an underwater videographer with the surface crew and vice versa is very interesting. Imagine you're underwater taking a shot that you were briefed on by, for example, the director. If you now have your video fed directly and live to the director's monitor on the surface while you're taking the shot, that said director could communicate with you, approving the shot, requesting a retake or anything else in between. This could potentially save valuable time on set, making the shoot a lot more efficient. Particularly when shooting in slightly deeper water where it's not practical to come back to the surface to review each shot after having taken it. But I also see challenges for this system to be broadly accepted by the diving community. One is for sure its current pricing. The Descent S1 Buoy is currently priced at $2,500 for the unit itself. This doesn't include any compatible Descent dive computers and transceivers. So if you want to have a system for 8 divers in place, you're looking at an investment of more than 10 grand. That's a lot of money even for dive operations. The other major challenge is the technical limitations the system has at the moment. As mentioned before, being a sonar system, you need line of sight between divers and the buoy for it to properly work. Obstacles between the 2 points, whether that is a coral formation, a shipwreck or anything else, will interfere with the signal. Also, the fact that you cannot send custom messages but are relying on a set of preset messages to communicate between diver and surface or diver and diver is limiting. And from what I understand, it can take up to 45 to 60 seconds for messages to be delivered, which is not very fast. There is definitely some room for improvement here, and I hope that not too many divers will be put off by these current limitations. All in all, I think that this is a great step into a really exciting direction when it comes to tracking divers underwater and communicating with them from the surface. Is it perfect yet? No. But I highly appreciate Garmin pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible and innovating in such a way. This system will be further developed and improved, I'm pretty sure about it, and who knows where it will be in a couple of years from now. So who is the Garmin Descent S1 Buoy for then? Well, probably not the average diver yet. But what about dive operations, liveaboards and the like? If they see the benefit in tracking and being able to communicate with their divers, they might make the investment. I also think that the more popular the Descent dive computers from Garmin get, meaning the more divers use them, the easier the decision for a dive operator is going to be to make the investment in an S1 buoy, as they can assume that a decent percentage of their clients will already own their own compatible descent dive computer to work with the S1, limiting the need to purchase large numbers of descent dive computers themselves. And not to forget people who dive very regularly. They might want to adopt this technology early, using the S1 to mark their entry and exit points on maybe some more exploratory dives where underwater navigation can be a little more challenging. Well, in the end, we'll just have to wait and see how divers start using this technology, and who knows, maybe the S1 turns out to be a real game changer for a completely different use case no one has on the radar right now. Only time will tell. What are your thoughts on the new GARMIN Descent S1 Buoy? A useful tool or an unnecessary gimmick? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you want to hear about the latest exciting product updates from my friends at Divevolk, go and check out this video over here next. Have a great week, guys, keep capturing your awesome underwater adventures, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.